I didn't beat it.
She tried.
I tried. Anyway.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining us on Inspirational Quotes.
Yes, thank you. We're happy to see everybody.
We're joining you guys back, and we have a lot of interesting things going on for our Inspirational Quotes, and we have some really good stuff. What good stuff do we have going on, Alyssa?
Well, don't we have mugs? We still have mugs. And we have the t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well,
we're in the process of getting things like together.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
It's actually really nice. We are going to be launching a lot of stuff. Product line CBD. Just letting you know, we are going to be having our CBD on our Inspirational Quotes store page, where you can actually get pain relief and being able to utilize that on your skin as well. It gives us a natural look. If you look at us, we utilize the same product. So we're adding that on there. I'm pretty happy about launching this. You can always find us on iqsmoney.com, and you can actually purchase
iqs101.org, and it's a blog too. So you can send in your inspirational quotes, or if you have anything particular you want to talk about, or maybe like as far as today, what we're talking about, if you want to just add something with it, feel free to, and we'll read those through, and we will still give shout outs. So,
well, my shout out is to my 13-year-old boy, which I have to tell you my story about my inspirational quotes and how I was able to come up with that kind of mentor with confidence, mentor with convince. That's my inspirational quote from the very beginning. What is your inspirational quote?
My inspirational quote goes along the lines of guidance, which can lead into mentors. But so guidance, there's just a lot of people that can guide you through life. I talked about my siblings guiding me through life. I actually do think that my teachers have guided me through life too. I actually have this one teacher that I really liked in like my freshman and sophomore year. I had her for 2 years, 2 full years, so like 4 semesters for English, and she kept encouraging me to take like creative writing and journalism and stuff, and I ended up getting A's in all my classes.
Really?
But I still have her on Facebook. I don't really talk to her, but I still have her on Facebook. I have my 8th grade teacher on Facebook still. Like,
is that why you became a teacher?
Maybe. I don't know.
She's a teacher, you guys. She doesn't want to say it, but
I've worked with kids for 6 years. I've worked with a lot of age groups, and who knows, maybe I'm even one of their mentors. Or
you are.
I've met a lot of people along the way too. So, and I'm really appreciative of that. And I've made a really good best friend too through it all.
You did.
I've been friends with her for like 5 years. So hi, Allie.
Oh, hi, Allie. And she was really awesome. I love her too. It's kind of funny because I see this and people don't understand, like, teachers have a big role in children's lives, and those are the mentors that we have. Like, I've had a teacher, had Dr. Actually, it wasn't even doctor, it was Mr. Neely, and it wasn't even my teacher. Okay, and he wasn't even my teacher. He was actually my brother's teacher, but he had a chess club, and I was in the chess club. I was a nerd, okay, and then I got hot.
That's awesome.
And then I got hot and boobs, and then that's what happened to me. And but I just do want to say that he was one of my mentors, the best. But I do have a mentor that was a teacher. He was actually in my advertising class, and he was so mean. He was so mean to me, and he was so rough on me and everything. And I thought, like, wow, and I was dating someone at the time. He goes, well, maybe he's rough on you because he has high expectations from you, and he's making sure that you meet those high expectations.
It's true.
And it's true. And you know what's so funny is I didn't even have to take a final because I passed it. I'm the only
That's
one.
Awesome.
I didn't even have to take the finals.
That's pretty cool.
And it was pretty cool because I did a video for Glendale Community College for their commercial, and I actually won. So I was pretty happy. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No,
Yeah, I
actually at GCC I did have this one teacher. I couldn't even tell you his name. I forgot, but if I remember, But I liked him because every time we took a test or a quiz or whatever,
right,
we would review it in the classroom. And if 2 or more people could convince him that the answer that he marked wrong was actually correct in our viewpoint, and he could see what we were talking about, he would let us have the point.
Really?
Yes, and I loved it because sometimes his quizzes were a little confusing, or the way he worded them maybe. So when we did go over it, and you just raise your hand like, this is what I think and why I think maybe you're wrong and I'm right, kind of thing. But he took it very well. He and it was great. I loved the class. It was actually a communications class, which I didn't talk forever.
And what is she doing now?
And now I'm on here. But if you know me, I didn't talk for a long time. I didn't talk till I was in 4th grade. And
she talked to me. Okay.
I talked to her. I talked to 2 of my brothers out of all of them. And then I talked to her kids too, because we're the same age. But as far as friends in kindergarten and stuff, to my Sundance peeps, I definitely didn't talk to them until later on. And then when I saw them in high school, they're like, "Oh my God, you talk!"
It was a surprise to everybody. It was a surprise to me. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, she has this beautiful voice. She doesn't even use it."
Yes, so and it's funny too because in 8th grade, the summer between 8th grade and freshman year, I actually took acting classes and I took modeling classes. And
she was good.
Yes, and then when I got to my freshman year, I think it was my freshman year, but later on, I did take a theater class too, which I loved. But then I ended up switching it for automotive.
Automotive.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? She doesn't even work on her car either. No. She takes it in because she's like, that's why you have a warranty.
Exactly.
That's why you have a warranty. I try to explain that to people. But you know what? What we're doing is we're basically giving you experiences as what we have as far as our guidance and how we were mentored in our lives and who has mentored me. And I think teachers have a big role.
They do. I think everyone should really appreciate teachers, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
They go through a lot. Virtual teaching is not easy, especially for the younger kiddos. Like me, I really work in early childhood education, which is anywhere from infancy all the way to 3rd grade, almost I think I don't even know how old they are, 8 or 9.
They're about
old.
9.
Yeah, and but I haven't worked with those age groups in a long time. It's usually the youngers, but. Yeah, I think even your toddler years, your infancy years, you should really appreciate those teachers too, because they work very, very hard.
It is true. And I come from a school in my family, they're all teachers.
They are. My mom's a teacher. Our mom's a
teacher. My sister, my daughter is a teacher. Also, my uncle was a teacher in China. My Uncle Urbane.
Oh,
hi Urbane, cool. How are you doing? Hopefully you're not in China. I don't think you are. But he actually taught religion. He taught English and religion out in China, and so it was very, very appreciative of him. But I come from a land of teachers. I'm sort of like a teacher myself. I teach businesses how to build and expand and really be motivated and how to come peace with yourself. So I'm sort of like a teacher, but I'm going to look at myself as a mentor.
Yes, but it is really important to learn every day.
Every day.
Just every day. Even if it's something little, wow, I learned something new today. All right.
So, that comes back to my inspirational quote, like I was saying, So my inspiration quote was mentor with confidence and mentor with convince. So my story has a lot to do with a 13-year-old boy that I met on the airplane. And it was a few weeks ago. I went to California, Walnut Creek, California. It was beautiful. And I sat next to this boy, and he was 13 years old. And I'm going to kind of give you a kind of a description of what it was like. He was a very, thin, and his name was Hunter from Chandler, Arizona. And he was carrying a baby blanket. And it was pink. It had pink hearts, and it was yellow, and it was kind of dingy. You could tell he's had it for his whole life. And this is something that he really liked and enjoyed as much as he did. And I'm pretty happy about how it was. But he was radiating sadness. just radiating it. And it was just so overwhelming to the point where it was almost, where I was almost crying.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like how people's energy can go onto you.
Oh, I was about to cry. And so I turned over to him and I started talking to him. And he told me a little bit about himself. And then he kind of said something really hard with me personally, is he said that his parents didn't like him. They didn't like him because he was on the left. And my thing is you could be on the left, you could be on the right, you could be gray, you could be purple, you could be all kinds of different things. Every day you learn something new, and you will be able to expand yourself and your mind and be open. But you're not going to be that same person in 2 years, 6 months, 2 months, or even 1 year, or maybe even 2 years. So I had to explain that a little bit to him, and I told him, do you believe in the law of attraction and the manifestation and speaking to an existence? And that was the first time I saw this little boy. His face lit up like it was no tomorrow. And he said that he has never met a single person that believed in the manifestation. His parents would laugh at him every time he brought it up. And you know what I said? I said, you know what? This is the first time that I'm even giving this to you. Believe in the law of attraction. Believe in manifestation. And you know what? He says this is the very first time that he met someone just like him that believed in the manifestation. And that was a mentor thing for me. Was I his mentor, or was he my mentor? Because obviously I'm talking about him. I gave him my name and number. I told him to call me anytime. I don't care if it's 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, but I will always remember. I will always remember that 13-year-old boy named Hunter. And that is my story.
And maybe one day he'll be watching this. So,
Hunter. Hi, Hunter. And
if you ever see this.
If you ever see this. And he lives with his aunt. He doesn't even live with his parents. His parents live in Utah. So, and I think that's why he's really sad. And so that was my thing. He was telling me all of these things, and he was on the plane next to me to go see his parents. And then he's coming back over here to live with his aunt, and I'm really proud of him. I gave him books, and I'm really proud that he was able to accept the manifestation that I was able to give him. So that's my inspirational quote. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but isn't it crazy how people just come into your life like you don't even expect it, good, bad, whatever. But you still take it in,
right?
Like, even if it's bad, you take it in and like, oh, I don't want to be like that. Or good, you're like, you know what? All right. You kind of see it as a more positive thing.
Yeah, and it is true because, like, I come across a lot of different people. And everybody's your mentor. Everybody. The one that opened the door for you. The one that maybe said thank you for maybe opening that door. Or even, like, someone just saying, hey, do you have anything that you can help with? So it's just really everybody and anybody. It could be anybody. It could be a stranger. And it might be only a minute. It might be only 30 seconds. But
that kind of goes along with, like, always try to be nice to people.
That's what I said.
You never know what they're going through in life. So even just a quick hello, like this gentleman outside this morning, you pulled up while I was coming in, and this gentleman was like, good morning. I'm like, oh, good morning. And I didn't even see him at first because I was too busy unlocking the door.
Yeah. And he was laughing at her because I was pulling up.
She was pulling up, and her music was blasting. Like, it was like, I'm sure the apartment complex could hear it.
Well, you know what? I know how to jam out, okay?
Yeah.
And the good thing is, though, is you always be kind to everybody. No matter if you have a disagreement or you don't agree, I feel like you always give everybody, say, hey, you know what? Bring joy into the world.
Yes.
You know what? No matter how much
especially this year has been such a crazy.
I've come across people like that. I've come across people where, like, you can't give them that joy. You can't give them anything like that. Or it would be more of it would be only about what they want to do or what they do instead of what you are providing for them. And my mentor is look, I've come across a lot of difficult people in business. I've come across a lot of difficult people in personal relationships. But you know what? I still, to this day, I still say thank you. Mm-hmm. And I still say, I hope the will of life and wellness of yourself and mentally and physically comes to you. And when you're rude to someone, you always have to be worried because you never know. That person might one day have to have the helping hand out to help you up. And I think that's where a lot of people don't understand is having a mentor isn't just having a mentor. Or having a mentor with many different people isn't it about that. It's actually, if you burn that bridge and you're the last person on earth and they're the last person on earth, you know you're going to hang out. Because at the end of the day, everybody needs that helping hand, no matter how burned bridge and how bad of a situation it is.
Yeah.
That actually makes
I
sense,
guess
right?
that's true.
It is true.
And I know we all thought of somebody at that moment.
At that moment, we all thought of somebody.
I was like, oh God, but then I thought about it and I'm like, all right, well, what are you going to do?
It's true, though. It's true. Because think about it. What if you were on an island? Question. On an island, all right, with the worst person that you don't like. Okay? With someone you just don't like. And you're the only two. Are you really going to go on the other side of the island? You'll get lonely. And you're going to want to hang out. And then you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to have babies, if it's a girl. All right? On the island. So now you're going to populate people. So, and if
well,
not...
it depends, because the person I thought of is a girl. And we definitely can't repopulate. I'm sorry.
She thought of a girl.
I thought of a girl because I'm like, wow, I've been burned. And, you know, I still think about it until this day, but what are you going to do?
Right.
I just move past it because I know I'm never going to...
You thought of a girl?
Yeah, because, I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, I didn't think of a girl. I thought of a guy, of course. But, and then I thought about, like, God, you know?
I think it's just because a lot of the males that have come into my life, they leave too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, whatever. So,
yeah.
And I get over it.
Right.
And I haven't really been burned by a lot of males. It's more females. So
really? I've been burned by a lot of males and not females. Females are pretty cool. I'm sorry that I'm completely, you know, I'm a straight kind of gal, but girls are cool. I think they're cooler than men. I've had a lot of burned bridges with men.
Well, it's weird because...
But I feel like they're jealous of, like, my success. I really do. I don't know where to find those. Like, but you know what? They're my mentors. That's what's great about it. Every time it doesn't work out, I learn something out of it and I grow.
It's true.
I do.
It's actually true.
Yeah. I'm going to make a book now. I'm actually going to make a book because of one situation. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could write a book. I had 9 years with somebody. And then look, and now
you're engaged.
I'm not bitter anymore. I know, exactly.
She was with someone for 9 years, got a boyfriend. Now she's engaged and getting married. The story of the life.
And a lot of people don't know. So yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just spilled the beans.
No, it's okay.
Okay, all right. Well,
at least my mom and dad know. So that's all that really.
Oh.
And my siblings know. So.
Now they do.
Well,
now everybody knows.
Everyone in my family pretty much knows. It's just more of like my friends.
Oh, well. All right. Well, sorry.
So sorry, you guys can't hit on me anymore.
You know, oh my God, but I get it. But I learned a lesson on every single person I ran into, every relationship I've ever got into, big, small, little. But I know this year, at the end of the day, I want you guys to definitely go on to our website, which is iqs101.org, and look at our blog. We're going to be a full thing, exactly what the story about the 13-year-old boy, because I'm going to get more into detail and you can actually read it instead of me saying it, because there's a little bit more extra wording into that has more into the inspirational quote. But I would like you guys to tune in and definitely go onto our blog and really have an understanding of what we do. And I am definitely going to put some stuff on there, and I am going to mention it as far as like mentors and who's in and how to overcome it and how to know who your mentor is and how to utilize their information for yourself. So I do know that I've learned a lot, but I'm going to let you know I am going to write a book. And I'm going to write a book about all of this and the 40 years of starving, the 40 years of...
40?
40.
You're 40?
Yeah, unfortunately I am. You know what I mean? Let's go 39, 29 forever, okay?
Well, I mean, I'm 15 years younger, so.
And I'm going to kind of go into my book, and I think with my book, you guys will understand my journey of coming from a poor girl, single mom, Hispanic, living in a gang environment. And you know what? At the end of the day, I made it out. Mm-hmm. And that is because of my mentors. And your kids
are all right.
Yeah, my kids are pretty cool, actually.
Actually,
they're all educated, too.
I grew up with her kids. So, specifically, Andrew and Angela, we're very close.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Love you. And then Nicholas, we're not as close, but still love him, you know. We still get along on most topics.
I miss him every day. He's away in college.
He's in Flagstaff.
So, we're sad. I'm sad. But, you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to make that book. And I want to put it down where every mentor that I've ever been across and why I'm doing what I do. But I'm going to let you know at the end of the day, you can do it and you can make it out. And I did it because of my mentors and all the people I surround myself with.
And stay strong.
And stay strong. All right? So where do you find us?
IQs101.org.
I know. I'm glad that she said it because I am so horrible at it.
She is.
All right. And you can find us on YouTube, Spotify. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
You're like, what do I do?